What's up, guys, and welcome back to SCUM. Now, it's daylight again, so we're not in the dark now. And we are gonna go finish up the outside here. Now, we are gonna hit, the buildings that are over there, and then we're gonna hit the rest of the World War II bunkers that are kind of up on that ridge line over there. You can see one of them right there. Now, disclaimer here, real quick, before we get started. I was a big old stupid this morning and cut my finger. The finger that I use for moving, forward and backward and running a lot of the controls on the keyboard. So, if there are moments of awkwardness and just um, just really bad playing or additional swearing or anything like that. That would be why I've got that finger bandaged up and can't really use it terribly effectively, so things are going to be a little bit awkward, perhaps. Nobody? Good. Also, one of you said that for, like, why it was potentially selecting the buckshot over the slugs, even though the slugs were higher up in the inventory, is because the buckshot was better quality. And that kind of seems stupid to me. I can see it if it's, the same ammunition. Yes, prioritize the highest quality. But when it's two different types of ammunition, like buckshot or slugs, or, armor piercing over regular, or tracer over regular, or something like that. I really wish that it would just prioritize the one that you have highest in your inventory, because that's the only thing that we can do to, kind of attempt to prioritize things ourselves. And so when they don't do that, then it just ends up like the situation we were having there, where everything was, not getting prioritized the way that I wanted it to. But anyway, I've gone ahead and gotten rid of the buckshot, or I didn't get rid of it. It's in the bike. But anywho, now unfortunately we are running out of space in the bike. There's still a little bit of space in there, but not very much. Oh, good, a piece of rubber. Right now I'm not going to bother taking it because I don't need it for anything right now. Oh, that I will take. A whole box of 357, you betcha. Yeah, there's probably not a whole lot of reason to search most of those, is there? Tactical gloves. I don't really need the tactical gloves. I searched you. Decent lead plate. I really don't need more small axes right now. Let's see, there's not really likely to be much of use in that building over there. Sorry, I keep thinking I'm hearing grumbles. I was thinking there were more buildings over here, but I really don't like the M1 experimental sites. We don't even have an M1. We also don't have a Hunter 85, and realistically, with the increased puppet health, I don't think that the 22s are going to really do us any good. I mean, they might. I don't know. I already have a military quiver, thank you. Sorry, this is really awkward for my finger. One, I can't feel the button because, you know, my finger is bandaged up, so I can't feel the button. And so trying to find the correct placement for my finger... Ooh. Oh, you guys are over there. I'm trying to find the correct placement for my finger is a little bit awkward. But also just... all I can feel on it is the pressure from pressing on the buttons. And that doesn't exactly feel good when you have an injury. Ooh, advanced lockpick, yes please. I know we have battery cables already. But also, I apologize if I'm a bit sniffly. I'm dealing with a bit of a sinus infection right now, so that's lovely. I think maybe it's starting to get better. Maybe-ish, kind of, sort of. I don't know. But past few days, I've kind of had off and on migraines because of it. Anywho, I'm not going to bother checking that building there. Let's go hit the World War II bunkers. Now, I know that there's... Is there another one down there? There's something down there, maybe. Let's go check that. I don't know that I've ever been down there. We're gonna check it and see if there's anything interesting. There's probably not. How about you put the arrow away? That way we can get a little bit better perspective. But there is a thing down here. It might have stuff in it. I like stuff and things. Nah, it's just another tower. Alright, well, is there any military boxes or anything here? Yes, actually, fantastic. Spiff diddly dee, even. Now, one of you said that the stun grenades still work on the NPCs. The problem is they also would work on me. And you guys know how good I am at things. I would almost certainly just end up using it on myself as much as the NPCs. You know what? Sure, we'll take it. I'm not a huge fan of tracer ammo, but... Oh, drat. That is a shame with the 9mm. Also, what are you guys thinking so far of the parameters that we have? Ooh, there's a building over there. I know some of you like it just because it changes things up a little bit, but I also know some of you just like the game, you know, when we just kind of mess around and have fun and, you know, do whatever. I will take that. So let me know what you guys are thinking of the current limitations that we have set on ourselves here. I will say I would like them a lot better if I was actually finding the weapons that I wanted. You know, I have yet to find any of the rifles that I want. Honestly, I would probably prefer the double-barrel shotgun over this shotgun. Where is that building I saw? Did I... There it is. Chicken. There's another chicken. There's always chickens. This building anything useful? Ooh, whoop, hi there. Huh, well, alrighty then. You went down a little easier than I expected you to. But it is unfortunate that I can't use... Huh, I've never seen this before. That I can't use, like, the 9mm. You know, realistically, the only pistols I can use are the revolver and the 1911. Which is unfortunate, but... Ooh. God, there's a lot of you guys over here. Here's the thing. Sometimes there's a lot of puppets in an area. In which case we don't need hordes. And then sometimes there's no puppets in an area. And whoop, that was too high. Hiya! In which case we do really need hordes. You know? So I still go back and forth on that. I miss what we had before. And I hate to criticize things as being better before 1.0. But... Where are you? But honestly, I kind of like the encounter manager better before 1.0. Because, yeah, you still had the random puppet spawns and whatnot. That they haven't really fixed. I mean, they've improved it, I guess. Maybe. They still walk through walls, though. Let's see if this guy walks through a wall, actually. You going after the chicken? Yep. I'd never known this building was over here. This is fascinating. Are you walking through a wall, sir? No, you turned. That seems a little bit better for them dying, doesn't it? Give me all my arrows, please. Thank you. Do you have more of them? But, I mean, you guys saw the kind of puppet numbers we had pre-1.0. You know... Well, you guys remember... For those of you that have been with the channel for a little bit anyway, you remember the episode where we were next to the lake here in where is it? The lake here in C3. And we had that massive group come out of the trenches. You guys remember that? Damn it. Damn it. Thank you. Oh. Damn it. See, I like the unarmored ones where, you know, you can still take them down with headshots. The armored ones are still the problem. But, I mean, you guys remember that group there. And you remember how we used to have, I mean, just tons and tons of puppets. Yeah, I mean, we had puppet numbers, you know, like what we're seeing here at this particular location. Anybody in here? Do you have a working stove? No, of course not. And not a working refrigerator either. That's unfortunate. I don't really need anything out of here. I just wanted to see what was in here. It's just a house. I do kind of like these, though, the old silos. Ooh, a smackerdoo. Who are you? I don't care about brake lights for the tractor. Okay, well, that was all fun and whatnot, but let's skedaddle and get back over to these World War II bunkers, because we might actually find something useful in them. We'll see. I don't know if I run faster by putting the arrow away or not, but weren't there World War II bunkers over here that we hadn't hit yet? I'm pretty sure there were. Let's see, that's the one that we already got. There should be some... Or is this the one we already got? Maybe this is the... No, I'm pretty sure it was that one. Okay, so we still got this one anyway. Well, that doesn't do me any good at all. Are the flare guns useful for much of anything? I know that, like, at least in theory, you can use the flares to, you know, distract puppets and whatnot. At one point, you could use them to distract the sentries, but I don't know if that's still a thing. Not that that matters, because I don't have sentries on, and I never will. Because I hate them with a passion. Ooh, compound bow. I'm actually liking this 100-pound ballista. Can I find something useful in here? So far I've found nothing. Well, there's another 1911 magazine. It's in pretty decent condition. Let's go ahead and load that up. Because unfortunately with the 1911, you pretty well need as many magazines as you can get. Do I have any other loose ammo? No. Okay, I've got this one box, and we've got armor piercing. The problem is, if I'm going to do armor piercing, I would like to make it consistent, you know, and just do armor piercing all the way across. Well, let's see. How about we could do armor piercing in this and just have it be the lowest magazine in the rotation. That way we always know which one it is. There we go. That will suffice, I suppose. Stuff. Oh, well, yeah, but you're going to bring the quality of mine down quite a bit. I wish that there was a way to improve ammo quality. You know, do something that would allow you to clean it. Ooh, tuna. What are you doing over here? You know what, that's actually fully edible. Another 1911 mags. Ooh, that one's not in good shape, though. We'll take it, but we're not going to load it. Unless we find a toolbox that we can use to fix it. No, don't kick the box, you stupid. Ooh. That's rare to find food in these that are actually in, you know, good condition. Still perfectly edible condition. Okie dokie. Well, let's see. Now we need to head over to yonder ways, doesn't we? My English are the gooderest. But hey, don't be too harsh on me, guys. English is not my first language. My first language is idiot. Otherwise known colloquially as big ol' stupid. But most of you that have been with the channel for a while already know that, don't you? WWII. Oh, good, you didn't. Not sure why I got jump scared by that one. Oh, speaking of jump scares, next week on my wife's channel, we are looking at trying a new game for her live stream. It doesn't come out until next week. It comes out on Wednesday, but I don't even remember what it's called. Oh, Don't Scream Together. We're looking at trying that out. It's a multiplayer horror game where you're trying to escape like these dark, creepy ass woods. And it uses proximity voice chat. And if you make too much noise, you talk too loudly, you scream, fart too loudly, the dog scratch at the door, cat meows in the background, you know, all of this stuff, bad things will happen. So it looks pretty interesting from what we've seen in the trailer of it. So that ought to be pretty interesting, I think. But you guys know as many random sounds as I make, that could lead to some very interesting situations. Where are you? Come here. Come here. Thank you. Oh, good. I don't even have to search you to get my arrows back. I hear you, Happy. Where are you? Are you going to die quickly this time? Where are you? Oh, you got a friend, huh? Where are you? Happy? There you are. See, he's not going down from body shots. Or he's not exploding from body shots. You know, the Happies really ought to still go down. Well, that was just really bad shooting, wasn't it? Yep, you're gonna get back up. That's what I figured. I really hope that they add a setting for headshots only, or something along those lines, to where headshots will do, headshots will be an insta-kill thing, but body shots won't really do much. That's really what I would like to see. We'll see if they ever do it. If I had to guess, I would say they probably won't. But hey, you never know. I need more arrows. That'll be good enough, I think, for now. Can I please find that there's not anything at all up here? Well, I'm sorry, there's a pair of shorts up here. Fantastic. That's definitely what I was looking for. That right there will make all the difference in the world. With that pair of shorts over there, man, all those armored puppets in these bunkers and all the NPCs combined, they better watch out, I tell you what. Man, those are crappy ones. There's only 2 of them. Oh, some more shorts. Awesome. Now they're really in trouble. Found 2 pairs of old ratty shorts. Man, those NPCs won't know what hit them. That would actually be really funny, though. Just saying they won't know what hit them. If you can just throw the pair of old shorts at them. You know, I could actually use that helmet, couldn't I? Yeah, that one I could use. God, I hate the look of those, though. The thing is, the NPCs don't bother with headshots. Not unless you're crouched. They seem to always aim center mass. And so if you're crouched, center mass now is exactly where your face is. And that's why I've always died when I try to crouch when fighting them. You know, my instinct is crouch. It makes me a smaller target and gives me a more stable shooting platform. But that puts my face directly where they're going to shoot. And to some degree, the NPCs do seem to have aimbot. You know, they definitely seem to have better aim than they really ought to. Now, if you're moving, you know, side to side, yeah, they have a hard time hitting you. But if you're not moving very quickly, they zero in on you in a hurry. Anywho. I still have yet to find anything useful in these bunkers. I mean, I found a little bit of ammo and some a magazine, but multiple happies down yonder ways. And once again, nothing up here. Fantastic. Not a dang thing. Okay, good. I didn't even bother keeping the helmet. That's fine. Like I said, the helmets don't really seem to do a lot of good. Now, against other players, yeah, they would for sure. Oh, there we go. You're in really bad shape. Oh, you're just high enough, I think, that I can repair you, though. Oh, finally, we're finding something decent. There's some combat boots. I'm actually liking the cowboy boots. They're working pretty well for me. Now, the one thing that I don't like with the M1, that's a good stack of ammo, but man, it's crappy condition. Let's see, it'll only take a couple of rounds off. Man, that dropped that fairly drastically, didn't it? That's okay. I would honestly prefer the double barrel shotgun over this lever action, I think. You don't have to worry about it jamming. Oh, I checked both of those already. Yeah. Realistically, fire rate on it is not bad. Oh, there's... Ooh. Hi. There's several of you there. I'm going to maybe try to be a little bit quieter, because if you guys decide to rush in here, that could cause some problems for me. Oh, good. More shorts. Fantastic. That's the one thing I was really hoping to find at this airfield was shorts. We've already gone over how drastically they can change the outcome of a battle. I mean, they're like when you know, get your score streaks in Call of Duty or something, you know, they're overpowered, those shorts. I mean, I don't know how anybody could, you know, hope to beat you when you've got, especially multiple pairs of shorts. You know, I mean, God, that's almost like using cheat codes. You know, if you're wearing a pair of those shorts and you have like 2 or 3 pairs in your backpack, I mean, heck, if you got a pair of shorts and you put them, you put one, if you've got enough pairs of those shorts that you can put, like one pair in each piece of clothing you have, or each piece of gear, you essentially become, completely bulletproof. They're way better than the bulletproof vests, and they give you almost like Deadpool or Wolverine regenerative capabilities if you do happen to get hit somehow. Since you can't store anything like in your, like on your head or anything like that. Although that'd be interesting if you could, wear a pair of those on your head like a hat or something. Then you could easily, and I mean easily. Man, that's really crappy condition. Another M1 clip though. Man, I wish you weren't in such rough shape. But I mean, you could easily take a round from, the 50, the M82, straight to the face, no problem at all. A lot of raincoats in here. Don't know how many more of these World War II bunkers there are. I'm thinking either this may be the last one or there may be one more. I can't remember. Excuse me. I joke about those shorts, but it would be funny if, somebody could make a mod for the game that would actually make those shorts do that. It's like you wear the shorts and they are more effective at stopping gunfire than the actual bulletproof vests. They act as armor plating inside of your other gear. Ooh, ha 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 ha. Man, I wish I could use that on you. But I can at least repair these. Okay, well, that got those back up to reasonables. Now, with these, they really shouldn't matter in terms of functionality. It's literally a metal, it's like a piece of sheet metal essentially formed to where it'll hold the bullets. There's no spring in the clip. The spring is internal in the gun. The clip for this is literally just a clip to hold the ammunition. It doesn't feed the ammunition. It doesn't do anything. It just holds the ammunition together. So realistically, condition of those shouldn't matter, but I know that it almost certainly does. Magnifying glass. Did I ever make it an improvised scope? I can't remember if I ever made an improvised scope. Improvised magnifying glass. But I have an actual magnifying glass. I don't remember if I ever made one or not, so we're going to go ahead and take one. Or take that. We're going to take stuff and things and whatnot. Not that there's really a whole lot of point in it, because we're running out of room. Oh, I don't remember if I'm pretty sure I brought... Or did I? I don't remember if I brought a gun cleaning kit or not. Now, one thing that I really like with the M1 is while it does use those, um, the 8-round clips, you can still just top load it, so long as you have a clip in there. It sounds really weird saying clip, because typically for firearms the correct term is magazine. But in regards to the M1, it actually is a clip. There's a difference between a clip and a magazine. For the 1911, this is a magazine. A magazine is what contains the bullets. It has a spring in it. It helps to feed the rounds into a gun. For a clip, it's typically just a means to hold loose ammunition to feed into a magazine. In the case of the M1, the magazine is internal, and you just use the clip to feed the ammunition into the internal magazine. Sorry, probably nobody cares. But I'm a bit of a gun guy here in real life, so I do care about stuff like that. Hey, I haven't been checking things like those. But anywho, yeah, so long as you have a partially loaded clip in the M1, you can top load ammo. So you don't necessarily have to wait until it runs out. Why are there so many short trousers in here? I mean, I get it. I guess we're in a warmer area. But still. Well, I don't think there's any more World War II bunkers beyond this one, but we will check. Because after this, we're heading down into the main bunker. And obviously that's not going to happen this episode. That's going to be next time. I'm stuck. But see, I would really like to have a good rifle from the standpoint, and the M1 might suffice. I don't know. I've not tested its WWII. Its long range. No, not that. Its long range accuracy. But hey, come back here. You have my arrows. But I like, setting up on top of one of these hills here and, picking puppets off from a distance, because I mean, look how far away they are. We could have some fun with a rifle. You can see a couple way over there. I could have a lot of fun with a rifle up here. That's my thing. I like sniping. I like putting a lot of distance between me and the target and taking them out from a good distance. That's why I love the bolt-action rifles, especially the Kar-98. But, yeah, I don't think there's any more World War II bunkers over this way, are there? No, doesn't look like it. Okay. How much room do we have? I'm trying to decide if we want to go up and check out the radar array up there. We're kind of up this way, and we still got a little time. Normally we go for about an hour, maybe a little bit more. We're only at the 40-minute mark right now. 40-ish minutes. So, you know what? Let's go do that. Because there might be something good up here. You never know. I haven't been up here in a long time. Anyway, I don't usually come up here. But we're here. Let's check it out. It's not like it's far away. My finger hurts so much. Just especially like coming up a hill like that where you're constantly just holding a key with it. Yeah, it kind of hurts. But that's okay. Go through the... Okay. Can you fit through now? There we go. I really hope that at some point they add a reason for, to come up to these things, Because right now there's really no reason to be up here. Or like but that's the wrong thing. Like where is it? Is it that? Like the radar array over here? Or the radio tower, where is that? Is that here? No. Radio tower is here, I believe. Or, well, there's a radar station there. Anyway, there's not really a reason to go to those. I really hope that at some point they add a reason to go to those. Now, I don't know if you guys saw the most recent dev update, but they're talking about adding a player test platform in which they would implement experimental new features. Damn it. Not make them live, like, on an official server or anything like that, but do it in a... Damn it. Have it set up in a way that would allow us as players to test it in essentially a closed environment. Can I get you through the fence? No. But they're talking about reworking the loot table to where loot would make a little bit more sense. To where, like, high-end weapons would be more rare, but you would know specifically where to look for them. As opposed to, oh, hey, I found this, thing in a random location. But they're also talking about doing that with vehicles, to where the vehicles spawn, like to where ragers would spawn in certain areas, Ooh, can I find some more bandages in here? Painkiller blister pack. I already have some of those. Where did I put my painkillers? Okay, I've got a box of painkillers right now. Vitamins. Just go ahead and eat all of those. Thank you. But I'm looking forward to that. That could be interesting. If they make it to where... Ooh, jar of vitamin pills. To where loot actually makes a little bit more sense. I probably should take the isopropyl alcohol, but thus far we're doing okay on bandages and whatnot. Another box. Hey, that's a much fuller box of painkillers. Activated charcoal. What condition are my painkillers in? 72, 61. We'll take them. We should have room in the bike for them. But just like, if you guys could pick anything that you'd want the devs to add or to alter or whatever. Oh, that's a shame. What would you like to see them implement in the game? I'm not taking the buckshot right now. Actually, you know what? Sure we are. Well, because it's good condition buckshot. You know, and it could be anything. It could be items, it could be features, it could be a specific vehicle, it could be just changing the game mechanics in a certain way. What would you guys like to see? It could even be just like different server settings that we could use. Like for me personally, I would really like to see a, you know, headshots only type server setting. So, what kind of things would you guys like to see? I don't know that there's a lot of point in searching these, but we'll check them anyway. I would still like the motorcycle physics to be better. I would like the motorcycle inventories to be better. I would like to see more motorcycles. I would like to see just better vehicles in general. You know, give us an actual, like, you know, good off-road SUV. I would really like to see the modular vehicles be what they initially showed us that they would be, to where we could actually customize the vehicles and, you know, really make them into something more, you know, like Mad Max style stuff. You know, you could add a gunner's turret. Did I check these already? No, I did not. You know, or some, you know, big proper off-road tires, better armor, you know. Just give us more customization for things. That's what I would really like to see. Okay, I think about all we got left here is that, aside from maybe one or two more. No, I checked that guard tower. I don't know if we checked that one, but I don't really care. The guard towers aren't having anything useful in them. Okay. That's a shame. That's a shame, too. Not useful. At least not currently. See, I don't really care enough about those. We're finding a decent amount of 357 and 38 already. And I don't know that I'm really going to bother using it too much. Just from the standpoint of you can't suppress it. You know. So we're kind of keeping that as just an emergency backup in case the 1911 goes down, or we lose it, or we run out of ammo for it, or whatever. I've already got one. Ooh. Now, that's something we don't have. I don't know that we really care too much about it. Man, I'm running out of inventory space really quickly. Okay. We may have to, and I would do this off camera, go back to the tractor to dump inventory before going down into the bunker, because we don't have much inventory space left. Not much at all, in fact. Ooh, that's good quality 30-06. Ooh, I want to keep that separate from this crappy stuff here. You know what? Go ahead and load a little bit of that. Because that's actual good quality stuff there. Hee hee ha ha ho ho. There we go. Now we got a couple of loaded clips anyway. Boo, did I check you? I don't think I checked you. I did not. We'll take that. See, I would like to go through, and I know that I can. It's more of a pain in the butt than it's really worth. I would like to go through the loot table myself and just remove, like, tracer ammo. Hey, there's some food. Because there's no benefit to using the tracer ammo. You know, the main point of the tracer ammo would be, you know, if you load the last few rounds of your magazine with it, to where you have a better idea of when when you're getting close to the end of your magazine. But the reality is, I've tried that before, and I don't notice it. Man, I really wish I could use that. You know what, for some reason I kind of want to take those. But yeah, I mean, I don't notice the tracer ammo. Ooh, almonds, those are good. So they really serve no purpose whatsoever to me. So I would really like to just remove them. And in fact, that's what I did back when I played DayZ. Because I'd rented a private server. Since there's no, single player, sandbox mode, whatever, for DayZ. So I just rented a private server. And I actually went through the loot table and removed all of the tracer ammo and just replaced it with regular ammo. I also removed some of the calibers that I didn't care for. And I made it to where, like, all of the vehicles were actually functional, because the vehicles in DayZ are buggy as hell. You know, to where even if you do fix them up, like, you drive it and then you would hit a little tiny bump in the road, or not even hit anything. You're just driving along, and the vehicles would spaz out and fly up into the air. And then all of your progress, all the time that you spent putting that vehicle together, is now just gone. Woo-hoo-hoo! Can I even see? Yeah, there's still puppets that spawn. Man, this would be a fun spot up here, wouldn't it? You see, they're still spawned in down there. Do I have binoculars by any chance? No. Got rid of them. Man, this would be a nice spot to have some fun, wouldn't it? Ho, 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 ho. I would be tempted to spawn in a rifle just to have some fun from up here. Not for it to actually matter or anything, but just to sit up here and have a little fun. Anywho, that is going to do it for this episode, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, I would greatly appreciate a like on the video, and if you haven't done so already, I would greatly appreciate you subscribing to the channel. It would really help the channel to continue to grow. And I guess with that being said, I'm going to plug the links in the description. We've got St. Jude Children's Hospital and Wounded Warrior Project, both linked down there. So if you'd like to support either of those charities, please go check out those links. Then we have my Discord server, as well as the Wolfpack multiplayer SCUM server, Discord server. The Wolfpack server is the one that I do all of my SCUM live streams on. It's a nice, chill PvE server. I know you're thirsty. And by PvE, I mean we have player-to-player damage turned off, so you can't, kill or get killed by other players. And other than that, it's pretty much similar settings to what I have in my typical single player. So, puppets are normal. But we do have their numbers maxed out. There's no sentries or drop ships. We have loot boosted a little bit. But it's just a nice, chill server. So if you're looking for something like that, go check out that link. Make sure you read the server rules page. That'll tell you the rules and the settings for the server. And if it sounds like a good fit for you, get in touch with either myself, Necros, or Cornbread. We are the admins for the server, and we can get you set up with the password. And then we have my wife's YouTube channel, where she does a variety of videos, including ambient rain videos, comedy videos, paranormal videos, where she posts informational content on various paranormal locations, as well as some evidence that we have captured. Whoop, didn't mean to punch that there. And then we also do family live streams over on her channel where we play games like Phasmophobia and Ghost Exile. And also, like I mentioned before, we are planning to try out that new game, Don't Scream Together, I believe was the title of it. So if you would like to see any gameplay of that, where we will probably die a lot, go check out her channel. And other than that, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next one.